Welcome back to Tales of Wisdom. Today we explore a thought provoking Panchatantra tale, the story of Mother Shandili. If you enjoy stories like this, please subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. Our story continues as the sannyasi and Tamrachuda try to get rid of a tiny mouse that has been stealing their food. The sannyasi explains to Tamrachuda that the mouse draws its strength and confidence from the abundant food it has stolen. To illustrate his point, he shares another story, saying, "For every action there is a reason. Mother Shandili too had a purpose when she decided to exchange the husked sesame seeds for unhusked ones." "How was that?" asked the sadhu. And so the sannyasi began his tale. Once, during the monsoon season, the sannyasi requested a Brahmin to allow him to stay in his house. The Brahmin agreed, and so the sannyasi went to his home. One day, the sannyasi was listening attentively as the Brahmin spoke with his wife. "Tomorrow is a special festival, Sankranti, a very favorable time for collecting alms. So, I shall go to one of the villages to beg, and you too should give me something to a Brahmin." Shandalini grew upset when she heard this. "How can we afford to give something to a Brahmin when we are so poor ourselves? Ever since I married you, I have had no luck whatsoever. I have never had good food to eat or good clothes to wear, and you've never brought me a single ornament." When the Brahmin heard this, he got sad. "Oh, you have only a mouthful of food. You should give half to someone in need. Remember the saying, an insignificant person who gives is respected by all, but a not so a rich man who is miserly. Sweet water from a small well quenches thirst, but not the salty water of the ocean." Moved by this, Mother Shandalini decided what to do. "Well, I have a few sesame seeds. I'll take the husks off and make them into a tasty dish." Early next morning, after the Brahmin had left for the village, Mother Shandili cleaned the sesame seeds in hot water, removed the husks, and put them out in the sun to dry. Suddenly, a dog came along and lifted his leg over the sesame seeds and ran away. "Oh dear, fate is against me. What a terrible trick to play." And then she thought, "I'll take these husked seeds to some other house and exchange them for unhusked ones. Anyone will agree for this exchange." And so, Mother Shandili left to exchange the seeds. She happened to visit every house in the village, and the house where the sannyasi was that morning. "Would you like to exchange these husked sesame seeds for unhusked ones?" The lady of the house was about to accept the offer, but then her son stopped her. "Mother, there must be some reason why Mother Shandili is trying to exchange husked sesame seeds for raw ones. Don't agree to it." And after hearing this, Mother Shandili failed and quietly left the house. And so the sannyasi explained, "That's why I say for every action there is always an explanation. The reason that the mouse can jump so high must lie in its hidden stash. Now, tell me, do you know where he comes from?" "No, Bhagwan." "Do you have a pickaxe?" "Yeah, I have an iron one." "Very well. Early tomorrow morning we'll follow the mouse's tracks, find his hole, and dig up his store of food." When I heard this, I thought to myself, "I'm done for. What the sannyasi says is logical. They'll surely find my hoard." That night, trembling with fear and accompanied by my followers, I avoided the usual path home, hoping to mislead the sadhu and sannyasi. But all of a sudden, a big tomcat appeared right in front of us. It killed some of my followers and injured the rest. Those who survived cursed me as they returned to their holes. And as the proverb goes, a deer broke its bonds and escaped the hunter's trap. It ran far into the forest, avoiding the deadly arrow, but in its flight it stumbled into a well. When fate is against you, what can you do to stop it? Upset by this tragedy, I went off alone. The next morning, the sannyasi and the sadhu followed the trail of blood, reached my hole, and began to dig. And sure enough, they uncovered my treasure, my food hoard, which had given me my strength and allowed me to jump so high. Then, taking that hoard of food, left me with nothing. When I returned to my empty hole, my heart was shattered. Where shall I go? What shall I do? How can I ever be at peace again? You'll see, he said softly. I knew I had to recover the treasure that Tamrachuda had stolen. I told myself I must reclaim my property, and even if I tried dying, because losing my treasure feels worse than dying, and there's a proverb that kept me going. If those who are wronged act like cowards and accept it too quietly, their ancestors in the afterlife will reject their offerings they make. With these thoughts in my heart, Hiranyaka went on. I decided to act. That very night, while they slept, I crept over and gnawed a hole in the bag that held my food. When Tamrachuda heard me return, he began to strike the bag with a bamboo stick. My dear fellow, why don't you relax and go to sleep? Ha! The wicked mouse and his gang are back again. Don't worry, friend. When someone loses their money, they lose their energy too. That's true for every living being. As the saying goes, rich people are strong and brave, but poor people grow weak and timid. I was enraged hearing this, so I leapt towards the bag but fell flat on the floor. My enemy Tamrachuda laughed and said, a man without money, a snake without fangs, or an elephant too weak to fight are all useless. After hearing this, I thought, that is so true. When money disappears, courage disappears too. Poor people may have virtues, but nobody notices. Even light disappears for someone who has lost everything. My followers had deserted me, whispering behind my back, why serve him? He cannot feed us anymore, it's better to stay away. Alone and forgotten, I thought bitterly. Even relatives look down on the poor. Pride, friendship, and respect all disappear like frightened birds in a storm. What can a poor soul do? And just as I thought my troubles were over, that terrible, holy man woke up. Hiranyaka shuddered slightly. He struck me hard on the head with the frazzled bamboo stick, and somehow, by some miracle or perhaps fate, I survived. As the old saying goes, a person will always receive what truly belongs to them, and even God cannot change this law. That's why my heart neither worries nor feels sad. No one can take away what is meant to be mine. He looked up at his friends and concluded gently, that's my story. Even when everything looks hopeless, what is truly meant to be ours can't be taken forever. Thank you for joining us today on Tales of Wisdom. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time with another timeless tale.